What is good, Run It Back Nation? It is I, DJ Eastwood, Run It Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. I got the big Steppas with me and Deshields, not to worry. But first, this is brought to you by manscaped.com. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. They sent it to me, and they said, use this thing and tell the people what you think. It's the best damn razor I ever used, man. It's got a light on it. It's got a flashlight on it, bro. You can see everything. And it's got skin-safe technology. You can go across all the most sensitive parts of your body. Smooth as a baby's ass, man. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code No Intro. All caps, no intro. 20% off, free shipping. I feel like an Olympic swimmer right now. Manscaped.com, man. Let's get into it. Let me get the guys up here, man. What is good, my guys?
What's good? How we feeling, Eastwood?
Feeling good, man. How you guys feeling?
Good, man. I'm blessed. Got
111 in the chat, man. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the like button on the stream for all the guys here, man. Sean Quigg, absolutely. No ball beards, man. None. None. Lawnmower 4.0, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Ball beards.
No ball beards.
Jay the Bull, Unk Dove of the Big Steppa Podcast, and Deshields of Chalk It Up Sports. The links to these guys is in the description. Follow on Instagram, Twitter. Follow the YouTube, the podcast on Apple Podcasts, all that stuff, man. I saw somebody in the chat in the waiting screen said, I thought you weren't making any more Ben Simmons videos. You missed the one video that I made where I re-announced that I'm canceling that announcement, and I'm going to continue to slander Ben Simmons for the rest of eternity because he just keeps giving me content. At the end of the day, when something like this comes out, I'm not gonna lie to you. I got to get the views, every story is so ridiculous that I know it's getting the views, and I want to rant about it. So it's perfect.
And you're not forcing it. I feel like there's actual shit to talk about with him. Like when there's nothing to talk about, nothing to talk about. But he's coming back to Philly tomorrow. So I mean, the next day.
Right. Especially when you suing us. Like, come on, man. You suing us now? Okay.
No, I ain't gonna hold you guys. I did not even hear about this until you guys said we were talking about it tonight. When exactly did this come out?
Let's start that. So Kyle Carlin of the Sixers. Damn, I should have looked, man. I'm sorry for not giving you proper credit. He writes for the Sixers, Liberty Ball or something like that. Ben Simmons and his team of whoever, attorneys or whatever, planning to file a grievance against the 76ers for fining him basically while he was claiming that he was not in the right mental state to perform, and they're going to blame it on the fans. And here's what I'm taking from. They're going to blame. Listen, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. But this is what I'm taking from. This is what I'm taking from it, man. They're going to blame it on a toxic work environment. That's what I'm assuming. Because Philly fans got on him, and he's scared. I need to rant for a second. Okay?
Go ahead, do you? Go.
This dude is taking being soft to a different planet. It's actually unbelievable. Like, he's the softest athlete I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen anybody act like this. He's so soft, so scared to come back to Philly. He's now trying to sue the Sixers for him not showing up for work because the fans are mean. This is so unbelievable. I don't know if you guys are from the city of Philly or from the Philly area or whatever, but
born and raised.
I got Philly uncles. My family's from Philly. It's just so unbelievable because we've known this place our whole lives, and this dude's just on the outside being a weirdo and like, I'm scared to come back, and now I'm gonna sue them for. It's just I can't even hardly take it anymore, man. I can't believe it. But I want to say that. There's a thing with claiming a toxic work environment. Like, if you're an accountant and you're walking into work every day and there's a dude in the corner like, boo, you suck at accounting, get out of my office. You can be like, yeah, I'm not coming here anymore, man. It's a toxic work environment. Like, what's up with this dude?
Or if you're a woman and you go to work and somebody keeps smacking, or if you're a woman and keep going to work, somebody keeps smacking your ass. Yeah, that's a toxic work environment. You know what I'm saying?
But I think there's a thing with being a professional athlete. Fans are expressive, and you know that coming into that. You know what I mean? So it's not the same as a toxic work environment. Am I right? Like, fans booing is part of being a professional athlete. That's where I'm at. You guys go ahead. I need other opinions because I'm blown away by this.
Okay.
Is it his upbringing? I don't know.
I
don't know,
first?
man.
I'll go.
It's a lot. It's a lot to go.
I'll go because it's funny. I just dropped the video prior to us going live. Make sure you go check that out, man. Listen, you know there is a such thing as being too sensitive, too soft. You know there is a such thing as wasting your time, and this is a waste of time. This is a waste of legal resources. This is one of those things that all you can do is scratch your head, because Ben Simmons, let's just call it what it is, right? Brandon Ingram, who actually had a better offensive skill set, but we chose you because you was the complete package, quote unquote. We was betting on your potential, right? No, and we knew that you had some sort of you lacked competitive juices in key moments. That was on your scouting report. But we looked past that. We looked past your deficiencies. We looked past everything that you couldn't do. And we were so focused on all the things you could do. But time and time again, you've let us down. Time and time again, you've come back every season, the same exact player. Time and time again, we see you in LA in the summers, not grinding out on the East Coast in the winters. Like, come on. Let's make it make sense, dog. You and only you did not show up. Now, sure, it takes a team to blow a 26-point lead in Game 5 of a second-round playoff run. I get that, right? But when it comes to not doing your part, when it comes to completely disappearing, we can't ever call him Westbrook. At least Westbrook shoot. like Ben Simmons, he completely lost sight of his job, and that is to be a basketball player, to be an athlete, to be in the public eye. And you're trying to blame the fans for a toxic work environment? Let's be totally honest. If I was on American Idol and Randy Jackson told me it's going to be a no for me, dog, is that a toxic work environment?
No.
Part of the game. What I'm saying? Like, it's part of the game. Like, come on, man. And then, wow. you trying to get us for back pay? Come on, yo, he thought it was an HR department involved. You're not getting this back pay, my guy. You're not getting this.
They're actually going to sit in an arbitration hearing, which is like a bunch of lawyers and judges. And he's going to sit there and say that, like, the fans were mean to me and then I didn't want to come to work. And that's unbelievable.
Just think about that. Really think about that.
What's the word I'm looking for? The lack of integrity. Like, he has no integrity whatsoever. He has no shame. He does not care about it at all.
You know what that tell me?
No integrity, no nuts, no nothing.
You know what that tell me? And I'll let y'all go. You know what that tell me? Losing those 20 M's hurt. Those 20 M's hurt. Remember, he just bought that mansion in LA.
He can play it off as much as he wants.
He can play it off as much as he wants. Losing 20 M's hurt no matter where you is in the game. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, people that act like they don't really understand finances were like, well, he's rich, it doesn't matter. I'm like, he's rich, it doesn't matter. That he owns 5 houses. I don't even know how many cars, bro. All of a sudden, you got $0 coming in, and you're losing 20 mil. Yeah, it hurt. That hurts.
Yeah,
that hurts.
Go
ahead, lose situation.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm happy. Tone decided to take it that route because I have a whole different route to take it. Because this is way too much. Like I said, I just heard this story, so this is way too much to unpack. So I'm just gonna try to just focus on one key aspect. The fans are the reason. Okay, this is the biggest bull. Like, can we call him BS for bullshit?
Bro,
yeah, Ben Simmons is bullshit. So the thing that bothers me most about that, right, is that he's really just talking about South Philly. Like, he can't come here because of one section of Philadelphia. Because let's think about it. Who really going to be the ones that's so upset? The hardcore South Philly fans who can afford to go to the games all the time. Like this, when he got spotted the one time right after what the clusterfuck in the playoffs, it was this one dude he ran into, right, getting ice cream or something with his girl. Guy was all over. It's gonna be our Ben just next year. Like, my point is, not to ramble on,
right,
is that the casual fan really not going to give a F. The casual fan forgets. The casual fan moves on. And if he had came back and just did what he's supposed to do, I think we would have been past all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we hold things differently because we're actual sport fans, and you know, we read into the shit, we analyze it. So, you know, it's different with us, but at the end of the day, we know that, you know, the NBA care about the masses. And I think the mass of Philadelphia would have been willing to forgive this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong? Do y'all think, just real quick, do y'all think I'm wrong about that?
I actually like that you brought up the South Philly and then you know, people that can afford to go to the games all the time and stuff, because when I go to a Sixers game, I prefer to sit on the second level because I've sat in the lower level before and I get upset because I'm sitting here screaming at the ref by name and number, you know what I mean? And nobody knows what the hell I'm saying. It's because they don't care. It's a bunch of like business people down there to hang out. Point. You know what I mean? There's so many people down there that have no clue what's going on. And I'm yelling at Robert Covington. I'm yelling at all these, and nobody's joining me. I'm up in the top. I can say things that everybody understands. I'm
everybody in together.
A section of fans. He's suing the Sixers for a section of fans.
Yeah, he's suing the upper level. Definitely.
Hey, listen, the upper level ain't no money up there. Ain't no money in upper level.
That's why I'm like, this is bullshit. Like to base this off of the fan base, to base this off of ridicule. I mean, it's revenue based. It sounds like a ploy, like you said, to get this money back that he wants. Because that's the crazy part. Like, I want to call him soft. I want to be like, yo, this dude super soft. He's so scared of it. But it's really not true. Like, let's keep it $150. That's not what it really about. It's what you just said it was about. He's hurting for that $20 million, and he's using the Sixer fan base as a scapegoat to say he deserves it. So that's what makes him snaky, besides soft. Because, like I said, like, even though it's a soft move, like, it's snaky, but it's also weird that you don't mind being looked at as that soft. Like, you don't mind people thinking that you're that mentally weak. Like, that kind of makes him soft in his own right, ironically. Because I wouldn't want people to think I'm that mentally weak that a bunch of people that I don't even know kept me away from my money. But that's now what he wanted to base it off. And I thought he just said it had nothing to do with the fans or the players.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Can they use that in court?
Listen, I'm telling you.
Like, yo, you just said it had nothing to do with the fans.
Exactly,
he
bro.
Contradicted himself a lot. Yep.
That press conference was bad. I watched that joint from beginning to end. It was bad. I never seen somebody contradict themselves so much. So much.
It's like nobody told him what to say. It's like they didn't even prep him for it.
Yo, seriously. He could have easily just been like, look, I'll be honest. I wasn't feeling it there. You know, I felt like everybody turned against me, and just be a man about it. Listen, I respect the truth and everything but the truth, right? I can respect your truth. You feel what I'm saying? I can respect how you receive things, and to sit there and pretend like, oh, it wasn't about the fans. Oh, it wasn't about this. Then what the hell was it about? It started well before, you know, that playoff series. It started earlier in the season. Really, my guy? Really? Come on,
Simmons for you.
I see everybody in the comments like, he is soft. He's super soft. Listen, he is soft. Like, anytime you don't dunk on a person and you're 7 foot tall and the person underneath the basket is 6'2", you're soft as shit. But I'm saying, like, overall, though, he's not, like, think about the logic and the excuse. It doesn't make sense. Like, you're saying that a section of fans stop you from, come on, bro. Like,
we pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
We pay him.
I think it's a way for him to get this money back, and that's what he truly wants more than, I'm so scared of the Sixers fans and I'm traumatized. It's really that's how they're getting their money back. That's all I'm saying. But he is soft as hell.
I can't wait till Thursday.
Dove, you got a take on this situation?
I mean, I always thought Ben Simmons was soft. Of course, he won his money back. Like I said, like, people act like that's not a lot of money, but you're talking about $20 million in one season. That's damn near his whole, you know, that's the majority of his salary. More than half. I think he was making like 30 something. So that's more than half of his salary. So to act like he can just walk away from,
he got bills.
He's getting married. You know what I'm saying? I heard he got engaged and shit. So I know he got a big ass rock. I don't care. I'm saying, I just know he got a big ass rock.
Yeah.
Listen,
man,
I don't know how
off his name.
In between all that, I don't know how he found time to get married or propose and do all that. I don't know what's going on with dude. But like, it's Ben Simmons, man. I can see this stuff happening. He always seemed like he had the wrong people in his ears too, like people that, you know, baby him and stuff like that. So I'm not surprised by any of this. He's not going to get any money.
He's going to lose. He gonna lose his case.
No.
I think he'll lose it. I think he's gonna lose it.
Yeah, I think so too.
More
I think
so,
it's just based off the contradictions he already put out.
That's true too. Yeah. One of my favorite things that was said about that situation is Mike Missinelli on 97.5, and you know, the dude gets ripped all the time. Sometimes he gets suspended from the show for just saying things because he just says what he wants all the time. But he was like, so you got mental health issues, then you got traded. Mental health is gone. Now you're in an arena. You couldn't be in our arena. You couldn't come back to our arena the whole time because you have mental health. Then you got traded, and now your mental health is gone. You're sitting on the bench on the sideline. He's like, so I guess the trade was Lexapro.
Right.
yo, Mikey Miss, he be going up the wagon.
I was like, yo, he really said
broke
that
his back. Spinal.
That's messed up.
Spinal.
He broke his back. Don't forget he broke his back. Spinal.
His back, spinal.
All right, so let me ask you this: like, what do y'all think those conversations is like behind closed doors between him and Clutch Sports?
It's all about money. I think all the conversations are about money.
I think for them, that's definitely at a certain point. I even think I also like go back and forth in my head if whether it was more Clutch Sports that wanted him out of Philly than Ben Simmons wanted out of Philly. Like I really think about that because when you think about what their interest is to always make sure that he gets looked at as a superstar. So coming into the next season on a team where you literally got booed out the arena and like people are starting to catch on to maybe you're not this superstar. I think maybe like Rich Paul's like, hey, so we can get a couple more years of the sponsor because if you're not a superstar, you're not getting sponsored for shit.
All right, so let me ask this. So let me ask this. Then. So why not rebuild your value then? My thing is you don't have it. Like you no. Like you said, Jay. If he would have came back and just played basketball, all would have been forgotten.
Right.
You come back, even if you want to get traded, right? See, my thing is I don't have a problem with you want to get traded. I don't care about that. That's not my issue. My problem is how you conducted yourself leading up to this moment.
Right.
It's a whole different ball game. If you take your off season on the chin, you come in, go to training camp, you tell the front office, look, I think this is run its course. Just move me. Darren Moore was trying to move him anyway. He tried to move him early in the midseason last year, but it fell through. So
mixture of both, though.
So when you think about it like that, it's like, my man, it's okay to want to write your own destiny and be traded. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is how you handle business. Like just how like my dad used to always tell me, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. So if you want things to change, okay, you go through all the necessary channels, you come and be a professional, and your value goes up, meaning they can move you easier. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
Well, then in that case, I guess it's a mixture of both. Like it's also the softness, and it's also Clutch Sports wanting to reserve their asset.
No, you know what it was?
Definitely think Clutch Sports had a lot to do with it though. They're trying to get Maxey out too. And I heard I'm trying to take Maxey from him.
I think Clutch Sports got a bigger role in this.
And at the time, people made it sound like Rich Paul had so much power, and they were like, and he's going to take Maxey, and he's going to do this, and he's going to do that. And I'm like, how's he going to do all this? Nobody cares about Rich Paul. Nobody. He can't do anything. You know what it was?
Simmons thought he was slick. Instead of actually being a professional, he actually tried to sabotage the team and get what he wanted at the same time. That's what his real goal was. He wanted to get his money, sabotage the team in the meantime, and then get traded. That was his plan.
I also think that they were betting on the Sixers looking like they needed him out there, and that alone would have raised his trade value. Because think about it, if we came out and we were like 0-7, his trade value would have went up just based off that. Just like, oh look, they're tanking without Simmons, so he must be that good. But since we were still like, they didn't do anything for him. Like we didn't need him.
All right, so now it's getting even weirder though because he still hasn't even played in Brooklyn. So now it's like, okay, he was scared of.
What
Philly.
Is that about? Can we talk about that?
But
why has he not stepped on the court?
Right, you've been off for this long. You claim you've been working out at different gyms and all this stuff, and he probably has been. Why aren't you playing yet?
I
back. I really want to hear some excuses though. Which I think. Like, is it spinal?
So Nets fans are getting like agitated already at the fact that
they're losing.
They're 1-8 since the trade, and he's still sitting on the bench, and he doesn't have an injury.
Now they're trying to, like Jay said, they're trying to claim it's spinal, right? But like, I completely understand the frustration. But guess what? Welcome to our damn world.
Exactly.
Welcome
Here's my
to our
thing.
world.
Here's my thing, right? It's kind of like damn if you don't, damn if you do, because I ain't gonna hold you. If he had went to Brooklyn and played like the first game, I would have been like, oh, I thought you had mental problems, bro. How you already ready to play? But it's like at the same time though, okay, 1 or 2 games did come in. That would have looked fine. But now that we're at this point where he missed, how many games have they played since he's been over there? At least 5.
No.
Maybe even more than that, right? Exactly. So it's like
because the trade
I
happened before
don't
the
know
deadline.
what the hell is going on with him.
Enough.
More
so
than
that's the
enough,
thing.
man.
And Sean Quick, this comment has a lot to do with it. This cannot be a good look for him in the locker room. He's only sitting on the bench to try to get his money. He should be playing. So at what point do the rest of the players start to say, "Hold on a second, man"?
After this
like,
guy, yeah, like what's going on?
They ain't like that over there.
That team hates you. That whole city hates you. You came here, and now you're not even playing yet. Kevin Durant's out here. I'm 32, coming off a what? Off a torn Achilles and then 8 weeks of MCL.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm out here dropping 31 points. You're still sitting on the bench with no injury.
Kyrie just had a 50 piece tonight, and Ben Simmons just sitting there with his hands folded.
Yeah.
You know what's sad? What's sad about it all? At the end of the day, KD not gonna say a damn word.
I think
KD he not, and that's my problem with KD.
I don't think KD won him. I think KD just did what he had to do.
Yeah,
but
he's waiting until right after the Philly game.
I'm telling you, man.
Definitely.
Like
KD, DJ,
he need to step up. He got to step up as a leader.
So DJ, you just said that, right? Why couldn't he play and then just miss our game for spinal reasons or resting game? Like, why lose up to this point? Like, what? Like, that still don't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't even really know anymore. I really don't.
I
really don't.
I don't even think he's going to play the next game. Then he's going to probably skip another game after that to make it seem like.
Bro, if he would have played and then all of a sudden my back hurt in the Sixers game, they would have tore him up.
We're doing it now, bro. We're doing it.
But listen though,
lose situation.
No, but listen though, here's the thing though, right? My whole thing is this, right? At the end of the day, you got to come to the arena. Why not keep yourself busy by playing in the game? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why not? Yeah, you're gonna be here already. Like, so why not just like
in my head? I imagine him.
We're not gonna forget you there because you're on the bench. We're not gonna forget you there.
In my head, I imagine him playing all the way up until March 10th and then not showing his face to Philly at all. So it's weird that instead we got not playing at all, coming to the arena to sit on the bench. You just can't. This guy's an enigma. You can't predict anything about him. You can't get his moves, what he's going to do.
Right.
Like, nothing about him makes any sense. Like, at all.
And here's the thing: Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are more outspoken than Joel Embiid was. You know what I mean? So those dudes, I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be good. I just don't think it's going to be good because at some point they're going to be like, "Yo, what's going on here?" Like, we're veterans in the NBA out here busting our ass, and this dude thinks he can do whatever he wants and show up today and not tomorrow, or decide when he's going to come back, or you know what I mean?
Kyrie don't even care about basketball right now. Kyrie somewhere, building a well in.
Kyrie just had 50 tonight.
Like
yeah, that's what I say about Kyrie all the time, though. He's so good at basketball.
Yeah, he's so good. He's so good.
He can just go do some whatever, feed the poor in a third world country and come back like whenever the hell he wants to drop 50 in the best basketball league in the world. It makes no sense to be that good at basketball. But yeah, I agree. Kyrie Irving.
I got one more point to make about the funny part about the Nets fans. They think that Ben Simmons is going to be better for them because they're going to accept him for who he is. That's the difference.
Accept him for who he is.
Yeah, because somebody in the comments just said that we wanted Ben Simmons to shoot and they didn't, and that just sparked that idea. I'm like, well, that basically means they think that accepting him the way he is going to bring them success, and I don't think it will. The same problems are going to manifest themselves. You think it's not going to be a problem that you don't have to stick this guy nowhere near the 3-point line? That's going to still be a problem. I don't care if you got Kevin Durant or not, man. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be a bigger problem because in Philly, the only other star on the team was a center, and all he had to do was shoot the ball from the outside, and you were the only guy with the ball. You could have been the point guard. You could have been the only. Now there's two guys on the outside that are controlling the ball. What does Ben Simmons do without the ball? Not a damn thing. Stands under the rim.
And I was thinking maybe make him the center, but then he's too soft for that. Can you imagine him playing center? No, bro, he's way too soft to get in the paint and stay in the paint.
I mean, he's gonna have to stick to big fella.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that never going to work. And you're losing his value as a ball handler. So you can't. If
you thought Tristan Thompson got abused last night, he will abuse.
Yo, I'm telling you, man.
Imagine that first, bro. I wanted to play. I wish I had superpowers and I could slow it down in real time when it happens. Like I want to. The first time Ben's there on the block and Joel Embiid gets the ball, I want to freeze time, bro. He's gonna take the biggest power dribble he's ever taken in his life. Bro. Offensive foul. He's gonna knock him into the third row.
He might just do that just on the strength.
Yeah.
Yo, man, it's like, you know, I don't got no more words for this topic. I'll leave it at this, man. Like, you know, Ben Simmons, kids, I'll tell you this right now.
Don't be like that.
If you want to learn how to, if you want to learn how to lose 20 million, follow Ben Simmons League.
It's wild, man. It's wild. So we got certain fans posting in some Facebook groups that, you know, we shouldn't boo him. And one that I just read had I don't understand how people think this is effective. You know, this guy typed out a whole paragraph about all the reasons we shouldn't boo him and all this stuff. I'm like, bro, this has 7 likes. Like 7 people saw this. There's 40,000 in the arena in Philly. Like, why'd you post this? This is not doing anything. They're going to boo him.
Booed by 7 people.
They're going to boo him. Like it's gonna.
Everybody go. Listen, what are you expecting people to bring? What are they expecting people to bring their Bibles to the game? Like what are they doing?
We booed Tobias and he was on the team. Like
last night we were winning.
Yeah,
bro. Exactly.
Bro, we throw snowballs with batteries in them. Like, come on, like,
come
stop.
on, man. No matter what we say or do, we're not gonna stop the fans. Like,
nah,
that shit is over with.
Listen, once people get in that arena and they see that man, their animal instinct gonna take over. Watch.
I'm not even gonna lie. If I was there, I would boo.
I did ass with boo.
Bro, I'm booing my ass off.
And
I bet the whole station.
Do he get any type of tribute like Doc said?
Yo, they better not. This is the only the only reason.
Imagine that.
No, listen though. The only reason I see them doing that is if they're trying to build their case in arbitration. That's the only reason I see them doing that.
It's like you taking us to court now, bro. So now
it's like you taking this team to court. They had a tribute video for it. Like, what do you mean? I don't understand. Like, where's the toxic environment? Like, the Sixers. That's the only reason I see them get one.
All a tribute video is gonna do is make the boos even louder.
Yeah.
You won't even be able to hear the video.
All layups too. That's crazy. A tribute video, all layups, dunks. Not even a big man.
Because I remember when I saw when we drafted him, I watched his combination video, and all I saw was layups and dunks, and I was like, "That's really weird." Here we are.
I'm trying to think of like other players that have left franchises and came back on good terms and gotten like an applause and stuff. But this isn't good terms. This is the worst.
When James Harden came back to Houston, after he left, they gave him love because he gave them 8 years of excellence.
Oh, when KD left,
OKC,
that was pretty rough.
That was rough. They had
that was rough.
On in the crowd.
That's what I'm saying.
That was rough.
He did it. He showed up and played, right?
Yeah. Simmons gonna get it the worst though. Simmons gonna get the worst.
He dropped like 40 on him, didn't he? He did him dirty that day, didn't he?
Sure enough. But that's KD though. Listen, KD has always been that kind of guy. Like, whereas though you can say everything to KD right before the game,
and to me,
it's like he don't remember. He like when he get on that court, it's like he got short term memory loss. He doesn't remember anything that happened off that court. Like that's what that kid say about him. You could he'll have Twitter fingers all day. Half an hour later, he's giving you 40. I
was about to say he's thin skinned, but he'll still play his game. He'll still play ball.
Yeah, and
you can't take KD out of his game, no.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, one of the best scorers ever. You could say whatever you want to him. When the game starts, actually now I'm motivated to drop 50. You know what I mean? Because I'm that good. Ben Simmons is not that good. He can't do that. He can't go out there and drop 40.
Unless it's
At all.
Rudy Gay.
That's Rudy Gobert.
That's Rudy
Look at
Gobert. Rudy Gobert. My bad.
He's
You said Rudy Gay?
I said
Do they-
Rudy Gay.
Yo,
Yeah.
Leave my man Rudy Gay out of this, man. Rudy Gay was my man when he was on Memphis. When he was in best years
Do
in
they play the
Memphis.
Jazz?
Gobert.
Do they play the Jazz? Maybe that's when he'll come back.
Yeah.
They ain't doing
Yeah,
nothing. man.
so what do y'all think? What do y'all think some of the chants are going to be in the arena? Like some people were saying, some people got them saying like, "Thank you for Harden."
Yeah.
Thank you for Harden.
Yeah.
I would indulge in that one.
That's a salt home. I kind of want something. I'm mean. I want something mean. That's not mean enough.
Everybody,
That's too
they gonna call him
nice.
scary or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's too
Everybody
nice,
just-
man.
I don't know, man.
They're gonna be like,
I can't. I got
Benny,
It's
Benny
funny, yeah,
needs a binky. Benny needs a binky.
It's Philly,
They
man.
gonna be right
It ain't gonna
Yeah,
be thank
we
you, Harden. It's
unpredictable.
gonna be. It's Philly. It's
They're
gonna be fuck Ben Simmons.
Simmons.
That's what
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
there
gonna
you
be.
go. Something like that. There we go.
It's gonna be
It's
something
gonna
like
be
that.
fuck Ben
Yo,
Simmons. and
it's not
be-
gonna stop. It's not gonna
No,
stop,
Something
yo.
crazy.
Nah. Yeah, it's
Every
gonna be Philly.
halftime, every
I hope it's-
every
We're gonna have
dead
to mute it
ball,
on TV or something.
they're gonna have to.
They're going to take the mics out the stairs.
Yo, the jungle.
Can't have the
I was
crowd
reading up
locked
on
up.
I was reading up on this article. I was reading up on this article on the Philly Voice. Shout out to Kyle Newbeck. He was saying that these guys, the arena has heightened security, in the arena, because they don't want fans, throwing stuff or whatever. But and understandably so, because you got to think about it. No, but listen though, like I agree with you on that, but I also look at it from this perspective. Again, they got to go to court for this situation. So, so they probably look at they probably try to take every precaution to avoid any sort of culpability if something happens. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, they ramped it up at the end of that Hawks series in Philly because he was already folding. He already had 2 games where they were playing hack-a-ben, you know what I mean? And then he had to come back to Philly, and they ramped up the security in that game 7. Was that game 7 in Philly? I forget, but they ramped up security in Philly for that.
That was a painful night. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got this soft ass Simmons.
I think
Soft
that-
ass Simmons.
It's gonna
They
be
go-
me.
I like that
It's gonna be
It's-
something
it's
you
been
can't
rough.
play on TV. Yeah,
Yeah, for real.
It is. It
It's
definitely
gonna,
is.
it's gonna be such a beautiful sight because he can't do nothing about it but sit there. Like he can't even.
To be honest, I think we might be building up. I think he at the last minute he might not even show up. I wouldn't be surprised. Like
I'm
I said,
surprised he's flying. Like, is that true? Is that real?
Well, look,
He's gonna
Steve
end up
Nash
staying in the
said.
hotel room.
Steve Nash came out and said,
play some Call of Duty.
listen, they
Or
asked
some
Steve Nash
room
about it.
service.
They says, is Simmons going to be, present? And basically he said, he's a big boy. I think he can handle it.
You never met him. You never talked to him for 5 minutes. There's no way.
Bro.
He should be able to handle it, but
Simmons scared of his own shadow. It's ridiculous.
that's true. All right, so moving on. I don't know why
Moving on.
Andrew Bogut is the new inside source of the NBA, but apparently Andrew Bogut has a podcast, and he said that he knows that Bradley Beal wants to come to Philly.
Andrew
When you,
Bogut.
when you said that in the chat, I was wondering to myself, since when did Andrew Bogut drop Woj bombs? It's like, since when did Andrew Bogut drop Woj bombs? Like, since when?
Like during the trade deadline, I started to see people I've never seen before, and it's just a thing now where everybody's trying to be a part of the biggest click. Who can get the most clicks. So if you say something on a podcast and you have any name that's recognizable at all, it's going to get a lot of clicks and bring attention to your podcast. That might be what it is, or he might be being serious. He said things about Ben playing in Australia before, about how the Australians gave him a nickname. Like, people in Australia didn't even like him before he came to the United States. Like, so Andrew Bogut has some knowledge with playing in Australia. I don't know what he knows about Bradley Beal, but my question is, I had when this was brought up a couple of days ago, I had asked Twitter if somehow Daryl Morey could work some magic, which he already has worked magic, but if he could work some magic and get rid of Tobias Harris and somehow, some way sign Bradley Beal, would you do that? And I got a lot of no's in the replies.
Because are you saying Bill plays the 3?
See, this is what people were
The
saying,
3.
and I don't actually, I don't care at all who plays what. What I'm saying, like, I feel like when you look at our deficiencies right now and you say, okay, you got Maxey, you got Harden, and then Korkmaz comes off the bench or Shake Milton comes off the bench or whatever. I don't know who comes off the bench, but you got Bradley Beal in place of some of those guys. That's how I look at it.
I thought he's backcourt, so I feel like that means Maxey gonna have to take a seat if you're on the team, right?
Yeah, Maxey Williams.
Exactly. Imagine how strong Imagine how strong the team is with a player who can start and drop 30 is coming off your bench. You know what I mean? I feel like that would be a buy-in from every player. Like, I'm going to do this because we're going to dominate the league for 4 years.
You know what? I think Maxey would be the player to be okay with that.
Yeah, I think he will be okay with it.
But I will say this though. But you got to remember, he is represented by Clutch, so they're going to find a way to say, "Listen, man, you bigger than a bench player. You've been going crazy this season, man. You better get Max bread."
I don't think people really sold on Bill. I don't think people were sleeping on Bill. This person's just.
I mean, I don't think it's just. I don't know about the dynamic of putting him and Harden together. I don't know, man.
Harden gonna pass the ball. Harden looking to pass the rock these days.
No, I believe that. I just hate when sometimes we go overboard with the super team shit. Like sometimes.
Yeah, I just said that last episode. So I was like, sometimes the super team thing, it could go one or two ways.
Yeah. I'd much rather have someone I'd much rather have a wing that knows his job, does his job very well, instead of like you said. It's the overload. It's about cohesiveness more than anything.
I would say this: Bill does seem like he do seem to be a subtle star. Like he doesn't seem like he's going to be a guy to come in and wants to be like have the ball in his hand, wants to be that guy. I mean, he played second fiddle to John Wall for years, and you could pretty much say he was just as good as Wall, or sometimes even better. But he still was number 2. You know what I'm saying? He took the number 2 role. So I mean, I feel like he will definitely be somebody who want to come here and make things possible. You know, compromise.
I see people in the comments. I do agree that he would be good for us because he's off ball, but like I just think like sometimes you make that leap and you go get another superstar, and then sometimes it's just too much. Because Embiid gonna still want his. He gonna still want his.
Right.
The big fella gonna always want his. So I don't know, man. Right. It depends on who we get, how we move around. I like to have Tobias right now instead because of the big body, and he can play the 4, the 3. I think Brad Bill's really just a 2.
No, he is. He's strictly a 2, really.
To be honest, I think the biggest reason I probably wouldn't like this is that I feel like Maxey is just a couple years away from being Bradley Beal. So all we're doing really is just getting another person that's going to play Maxey's role and kind of like slow his growth down a little bit. You know,
which Philly does.
Maxey's already scoring 25 to 30 points a game. What is Bill going to come and do? Score 40? Like most likely not. Probably put up those same amount of points. Probably do the same thing that Tyrese is already doing. You know,
then we get like a
little better because he's a pro. He's a pro. I don't want to say Maxey is as good as Bill. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just the same role.
I might throw it out there and say that he is. I don't really, that's not really the point in my opinion. I think I'm just looking at it like, is Maxey better than Shake Milton, Isaiah Joe, Furkan Korkmaz? Yes.
Of course.
Is Bradley Beal better than Shake Milton, Furkan Korkmaz, and Isaiah Joe? Yes.
Absolutely. Right.
That's as simple as I'm looking at it.
Okay. No, yeah, we're looking at it like that. Then hell yeah, you're right. Like,
who fills in for the bias spot?
Yeah, who's playing the 3 if we do that though?
I already think George Niang is a better fit than Tobias in the first place.
Tobias played a 4.
He is. Oh my God, his defense. His defense is god awful.
I don't know.
I know defense is a little overrated, but his defense is god awful.
Who?
He probably couldn't stay in front of me.
Who you talking about?
It's terrible. Niang. Minivan. Shout out to Niang.
No, I like Niang on defense a little bit. Like Niang, he don't give up, yo. He be right with you, like.
Yeah, he's a dog, but you're right.
He's a dog. He not a defensive stopper, but he put a body on. Hey. He put a body on you. Hey, I'll take it.
He's a heck.
Yeah, he's good at the park. He's gonna take both your arms off.
He'll use all his fouls if he has to at some point. Trust me.
He will.
Oh man.
I don't know if I like him in a starting lineup.
It would have to be like pieces involved in the trade though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man.
Maybe they give us a forward. Give us a forward with Bill. And
take Kuzma.
It's true. It's true. You're not. It's a good conversation because you're not wrong saying that like trying to put too many stars on a team might not be as good as just getting better pieces around the 3 stars right now that we already have.
Yeah.
Right.
I see that.
I'll be honest, man. Like, I would like to have a guy coming off the bench like a Karis LeVert or a Spencer Dinwiddie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, be like those guys that are just scorers. They just go. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of wish the Sixers would have kind of take a chance on Isaiah Thomas. I was saying that for the longest. He's been snapping in the G League game. You got one job, bro. Just come out here and just score. Yep. Do you?
That's it.
And he gonna do that. His first game back, he dropped like 13 points in 10 minutes or something like that. Like he was just, and he knows his game. He knows how to score with his body type. He's not the biggest, so he know what to do. I feel like he would have been a great spark plug coming off the bench.
Yeah, Karis LeVert would have been great. Or Spencer, like you said. I like Spencer Dinwiddie. He out Dallas making noise now. You know what I'm saying? He out there with Luka. So if he can play with Luka, he can play with Harden.
Yeah, Dinwiddie's nice. I've always he always killed us too when we played the Nets back in the day. Yeah, he always killed us.
I always went left, killing him.
I always thought he'd be better than he was. Like he wanted big money, and that's why he got traded because he wanted to get paid, right? I don't remember. He left the Nets for.
I think he got hurt.
He got hurt for sure, but in Brooklyn, it was always like he was on the verge of getting paid. Like he was that guy coming off the bench that was like needs to be a starter. And then I haven't really seen it from him. He had the terrible syndrome. But he's still really good though, for sure. Still that kind of player that we always kind of lack. Guy that can come off the bench and just combo guard, score on 3 levels. Yeah.
We got a bunch of utility guys, a bunch of guys that do one thing okay.
So how do you guys feel about the Sixers team right now with James Harden? We're 5-0 with James Harden in the lineup. The Miami game, we got smacked, but I really, literally, I've never cared less about a basketball game in my life. A back-to-back flying from Cleveland to Miami, getting in at 3 a.m, playing a game. We shot 17% from 3. I mean, that tells me all I need to know. We didn't have the legs. Yeah, like what? Okay. We shot 17% from 3. They should have just rested everybody. They should be like, okay, NBA, this is what you want to do to us? I'm resting the whole squad. Actually, I'm bringing Bassey up. I'm bringing Miles Powell up from the G League. I'm not even playing my guys like that. So I didn't care about.
Should have pulled a Greg Popovich on them.
Yeah, and I realized that about Miami, bro. They really are acting like they're already in the play. Like, did you hear that stand? Those fans, like from the fans to how the players are playing on defense. It's like. What game is this? Like they're
Miami different, bro.
Fucking hard on a Thursday afternoon.
They're playing Game 7 playoff defense.
My God, yes, Game 7. Yo, I never seen 3 people on Embiid on a regular game, bro. After a back-to-back. I'm like, yo, these guys want to win this shit so bad. Like they just play defense like on a whole nother level, and that's what I was saying about last time. Like, I might have underestimated him a little bit, saying that I don't respect them at all. They definitely got some of my respect. They play hard. I will give them that, but I don't think it's gonna. When it gets to the playoffs, they're not gonna have it. And we end up like actually making a good run, almost winning that game after all that pressure. After making the score, our lowest scoring first quarter in the whole season. We only scored 14 points in the first quarter.
Yeah. That's what a caller was saying.
We still almost came back, and James wasn't there, so it makes you almost think, even off that back-to-back, if James was there, we probably would have won it. So it is.
Yeah, somebody called in last night after beating the Bulls or 2 nights ago. I don't even remember, but kind of being negative, like but I just feel like we don't know what to do when a team runs a zone and stuff, and that's what I brought up. I was like, in that Miami game. We were within 5 points in the middle of the third quarter without James Harden on a back-to-back, like shooting 17% from 3.
The Bulls just ran the zone last night.
Yeah, I was going to say I disagree with that.
Harden picked it apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it does. That's what I said. I'm like, all those things you're talking about. James Harden is that guy that fixes all those problems.
When you have a point guard that can shoot, the zone is nothing.
Yeah, it means that, like the thing is, all these games that we had. All these games that recently passed, if you pay attention, teams tried to play a zone on us. They tried. And James Harden just kept bounce passing them to death. Like,
Yep.
Bounce past him to death, right?
Yeah, one of my favorite plays from that Bulls game was at one point James came across half court and they were guarding him almost at half court in the fourth quarter, and he ran a pick and roll with Matisse Thybulle from half court. I don't know if I've ever seen that in a Sixers game. Like, that's just the level of just dynamics that he brings. He's like, you want to do this? He set a screen at half court and he dropped it off to him, and Matisse almost jumped from the foul line. I'm like, this
I know what you're talking about.
adding James Harden is just, I'm like blown away.
It's insane,
bro. He truly unlocked the offense. I ain't gonna lie. Like bringing James Harden in this team, like on his team, was like finding the final Infinity Stone. Like he just like we're inevitable. You got to face us.
Snap.
He does everything we were lacking.
Like, bro, he's making Matisse Thybulle an offensive threat now. Like Matisse Thybulle's game is going to be like, and Matisse Thybulle said in the press conference, he said, me and James really been working on our pick and roll game because regardless, like the way I see it, at the very least, you got to guard everybody. You got to make sure they guard everybody. Matisse Thybulle, he's a defensive stopper, yes, but when Matisse Thybulle is getting we're undefeated when Matisse Thybulle scores in double digits. We're undefeated.
So I saw that today.
So if you get Matisse Thybulle going in those high pick and rolls, and allow him to cut baseline, Matisse Thybulle is going to always be okay. He's an athlete. He's faster than what he looks, and he jumps higher than what he looks. Matisse Thybulle should just turn into Andrew Wiggins type without the shooting. Like, he should just be aggressive and just play hard defense and just go to the rim. And I don't care if he get fouled or not, just go. And it's going to be amazing. Like I said, James Harden truly unlocked this offense. He truly unlocked this team, man. Like, everybody just gets good. I never seen so many good looks before. Like, we get a lot of good looks.
And they're all saying that. And I think it got to be true, because that's like the one thing they all come away with. Like, I never got to get good looks before. I get good looks. So that's man, I don't know what to
keep cutting to that basket, man. He gotta keep as long as he keep cutting, he gonna get them easy looks.
Yo, he gonna find you. He gonna find you at the end of the day.
See, after he did the jump, when he dunked it, he tell him, like, that's what I told you to do all this time, bro. Just cut.
I thought that was pride. Like, oh man, like, good shit. But I was listening to Eastwood earlier, and yeah, he made me realize that that's probably what he even told him to do. Like, he probably told him, yo, next time you go in that cut, dunk on the motherfucker. Don't. Like,
there was a play in the first quarter where he had a perfect pass on a cut, and Matisse did this little upside layup.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He said go straight up, like, just go. Like,
and actually Kate Scott said it on the broadcast. She was like, I'd like to see him just like jump and finish that over people. Like, he can jump. Like, what, don't do this soft little finish. And I was like, yes. Yeah, Kate.
Use your youth while you can. Dunk on everybody as long as you can.
So nobody ever told.
He doesn't even know how athletic he is. He doesn't even know. That dude.
I don't think he know either.
He doesn't, man. That dude can fly.
For sure.
He just doesn't know how to play basketball. But if James shows him a little bit, you know what I mean, though? With James Harden, though, he shows him a little bit how to, like, look, bro, you can jump from here. I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah, but like, since Harden got to the team, though, he's been on everybody's top. You got Niang out there shooting from everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Every press conference, it's crazy you said that, Dub, because every press conference, right? These guys are saying, yeah, James walked up to me and James walked up to Tyrese, said, yo, all right, so first half done. You gonna play today? You know what I'm saying? Like, he walked up to Niang. I think this was the Knicks matchup, or it was one of those matchups, but he said, yeah, James came up to me and was like, yo, listen, like, I want you shooting. No, it was the Bucks game. It was the Bucks game. James didn't play. And it was the game where Maxey had a real big second quarter to bring us back into the game, because we was down by double digits in the second quarter and we was about to get smoked. Then we called a timeout. James spoke to Maxey and said, yo, you got the lane. Like Serge Ibaka, like, Serge, you got the run every single time. You got the blow by. Just take it. And then Niang said in that same game, James pulled him to the side and said, yo, I want to see you shoot 10 threes tonight. I don't care what happened. Shoot 10 threes tonight. He made like 6 of them or 5 of them.
Mm-hmm. And he says it to Tobias too. And Tobias just still doesn't really pull the trigger. Tobias just be like, and my thing with Tobias is my biggest problem with Tobias is it's almost like he don't want to
do too much. My thing is, bro, do you. Like, James is making it possible for you to do you. And he just hesitates so much. Like, I've never seen somebody pass or somebody open look. Like, just shoot it. Just shoot it.
I think it's his lack of confidence. I don't think he's a good enough.
Yeah, he's in his head. I think he's in his head.
I don't think he's a good enough spot up shooter. Like, to play alongside James and Joel, your only role really is going to be to stand on the 3-point line and catch and shoot. And he's not really a catch and shoot guy.
But he did it well last.
I seen him do it though.
Yeah, I feel like
not really.
Seen him do that before.
He doesn't shoot. He's never been a high volume. He's never been a high volume 3-point shooter. He's been a high percentage, but I think that's because he's so selective with his shots. You know what I mean?
Like off the dribble type stuff. He's not really.
When you wide open, but when you wide open though, come on, man. Like at the end of the day, listen. At the end of the day, it's basketball, y'all. Let's not overcomplicate this shit.
Yeah.
No,
it's basketball. It's basketball, bro.
When Ben was running the offense, I thought I specifically remember Seth and Tobias getting some pretty good catch and shoot shots.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I saw that too with Ben. I feel like I saw that.
Maybe he had a nice little run, but it's just not consistent.
Matter of fact, James had a pass behind the back pass to him. Like I think James went left. Tobias, I said a screen or something like that, and James did a behind the back pass. Tobias let that joint rip, went right in. I'm like, come on, like what's up? Like just keep doing it. The thing is about Tobias, I really feel like he's uncomfortable with his role, and he needs to accept the fact that look, the reason everybody is doing better than you is because they're actually ingratiating themselves with James Harden. They're accepting the new circumstance. Like Tobias, like Tyrese Maxey, he allowed to play off the ball. He is benefiting from James Harden. He's not afraid. It's almost like paralysis by analysis. Like Tobias is just analyzing the game too much, bro. Just play basketball. If you open, you got the lane, you got the cut. Just keep moving. The ball, he's going to find you. He's gonna find you. And James talk about Tobias every press conference. If you notice, every press conference he bring him up.
You ever play with one of them dudes on the park? You ever play with one of them dudes on the park just randomly, like a really good point guard? You know what I mean? One of them guys that just like dimes all over the place. Like if you run, he's hitting you in the hands every time.
Everybody getting to the
I play with this guy all day. I had 10 points last game.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's James.
Listen, you said every time Harden go up, he talks about Tobias.
Every time Harden go to a press conference, he bring up Tobias.
I think it's because I think Harden thought himself that he was going to benefit the most out of this trade, and he's not.
Interesting.
I think he really wants to get him involved because I think he thought that he was going to really step up once he got there.
Because you got to think about it. Think about it. Tobias is what, 6'7", 6'8". Weighs about.
He's actually listed 6'9".
6'9", even better. He's 6'9", weigh about 220, 230, and he can really score on all three levels if he's aggressive. He got a mid-range shot. He can score a baseline. You know what I'm saying? Like he's strong.
Sure,
he's strong
enough to get in the paint.
He don't go hard enough in the paint to me.
Though, but he should be.
He should.
Almost like Ben size. So he's like he could play the power forward.
Last night he dunked that one because he got fouled the possession before, and then he came down and he was like pissed off, and he's like, "Fine," and he just two hands over everybody.
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Where is this all season, bro? Like, you do that all the time."
Yeah, and the thing I always is looking at like, all right, you're a 6'9" power forward. Everybody else is probably slow. Most of the people in your position is probably slow. I always thought it would be a mismatch.
Burning him, exactly. But he's slow. That's what it don't make sense. He looks for some reason he's slow. I don't know why, but
he's a perfect example. We inbound the ball to him that one game in overtime, and Al Horford had him outside the 3-point line. He couldn't get around him. He actually pushed him back like 5 feet, and he threw the ball away with and his clock ran out. He couldn't get around Al Horford.
That's crazy. I don't remember that one. I wish I did.
I think I do remember that. That's crazy.
But this is the first time that I feel like Philly fans are hard on somebody that they shouldn't be hard on, because the guy's just really he doesn't know his role right now. He's definitely letting the fans get to him. Last night he shanked a wide open 3-pointer and got booed for it. Like, bro, he just missed the shot. I mean, he's trying, he's shooting the ball. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we are a little radical.
I mean, remember, I was the one that I said that I would take it easy on him until he started costing his games. I'm still gonna try to do that.
Yeah.
Because it just might be one of those things. It's just going to take enough games where he'll find his spot. He'll find his role. He'll get more comfortable.
And it's not like they're not trying to feed him either. It's plenty of games I've seen them trying. Yeah. It's not. It was a couple games since James Harden been here, and he took the most shots in the game. Like they're trying. They're literally trying to get Tobias going, but he just won't either take the shot or he hesitates. It's like even when he go for a layup, it seems like there's some hesitancy there. Like it just seems like he don't believe in what he's doing.
He is very predictable, Kyle. Right, you're right. Never seen a player where I can telegraph his moves. You can pretty much tell exactly what he's about to do.
Like all you gotta do is slide your feet, and you're in front of him. Yep. Like seriously, you just slide your feet, and Tobias is stuck. He pick up the ball every time.
So Doc Rivers' love affair with Furkan Korkmaz at least ended yesterday. He had 0 minutes in the game, and every single thing I was screaming about for like a week, he did. He did exactly what I said. He benched Korkmaz. He benched Paul Millsap. He played. So he didn't play Willie Cauley-Stein when Daryl Morey was like, okay, here's a 7-footer. He was like, nah, I'm good. And then he's like, all right, well, how about DeAndre Jordan? And game one, he was like, nah, I'm good. And I'm like, what the? So last night he actually played DeAndre Jordan and he played Isaiah Joe and Shake Milton instead of Furkan Korkmaz, and it worked out perfectly. And I'm like,
DeAndre was smart. After that first game that he didn't play him, he went out to the media and said that Doc Rivers was his favorite coach that he ever played with. Got put right in the game. Got put right in the game after that. My man, smart.
Yeah. That's funny as hell. But also, like when you think about it, you know, if you pay attention to that game, you know, there was moments where the Bulls tried to go small on us when DeAndre was on the court, and I respect Doc for actually committing to the lineup and allowing the Sixers to play through that. And allowing DeAndre to run, you know, get his legs under, because I actually was pretty pleased with DeAndre's performance yesterday. He gave us 10 minutes. He made both his free throws, 2 offensive boards, which are huge. One of those offensive boards yesterday was huge.
He threw it out to the 3.
But he threw it to the 3. I can't remember who made it. But he had 3 boards total, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. I'll take that. And guess what? His plus minus was 0, meaning that he didn't hurt us and he didn't necessarily help us either. So
what the Dub say last week?
Who?
What Dub say last week?
Oh yeah.
Just don't be a negative.
Low risk,
low reward.
You did say that.
We're changing the name of the show. Actually, it's the Low Risk, Low Reward podcast, man. That's amazing.
Did y'all know Korkmaz was the only one that played? Did y'all know Korkmaz was the only one that didn't get no minutes yesterday?
Hey, listen, man. The way you've been stinking it up, bro. How you start averaging 1 point?
Bro.
Yeah, not just like kind of bad. Like, bro, he's shooting 10% from 3. 10 since the All-Star break.
Damn. Look, my man Isaiah Joe made a 3 yesterday. I'm cool with that. I ain't gonna lie. When we drafted Isaiah Joe, because I watched him in college, I was like, yes, because he's a sharp shooter. Yo, you just gotta let him shoot. He's going to make, if you give him 5 shot attempts from 3, he's going to make like 2 of them. Like, I'll take that.
Gotta have him out there.
Just put him out there, bro, and let him get those reps. You know what I'm saying? Like let him get that experience. Let him get that NBA, but he can't get that NBA body staying on the bench. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he can handle the ball a little bit. He can play make a little bit. And he can play a little bit of defense. And like when I say a little bit, I'm comparing all of those things to Furkan Korkmaz. He can do all of those things better than Furkan Korkmaz. And that's all I care about when you're coming off the bench. Are you better than Furkan Korkmaz? And I already knew he was. But also playing alongside James Harden is like this dude, like Isaiah Joe has so many skill sets that we haven't seen yet. The perfect player to bring those out of him is James Harden. I was so excited when Isaiah Joe was on the floor because I'm like, you know what I mean? He might have a game playing alongside James Harden where he drops 20 and then everyone's like, oh my God. Been screaming about this dude for a long time, man.
Yeah, man. Like a lot of guys are benefiting from James Harden, like a lot of guys. And, you know, I would love to see Isaiah Joe get some more minutes. I would love to see Isaiah Joe just whenever you get the ball to the 3-point line, shoot it. I don't care if somebody in your face, just shoot it. Like I want you to just take those opportunities because he has a high arcing shot. So that thing is going to go. That shit gonna fall. He got a high arcing shot, man. And then, you know, like it was just the overall team effort yesterday. I think it was clear that Joel Embiid was the focal point, and they just kept feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. You know, Max had 17 points. Harden had 16 points. The most beautiful thing about this team really is that, for the most part, these guys are shooting less than 20 shots, and they're all averaging over 20 points a game, like for the most part.
Everybody eat.
Yeah. Everybody's
we're a very efficient team. Like the way we score, like the way we score, like we can score in a lot of different ways, and we're efficient when we do it. Like we make like for the first time, I've never seen a team, our team at the very least, make the most out of their possessions the way they do now. We get the absolute most out of our possessions now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, man. And I also I tweeted last night. I was like, I got to hand it to Doc Rivers because a lot of people were saying when James Harden comes here, and a lot of the just puppets on ESPN and stuff, like James Harden's a ball dominant guard. So is he going to take touches away from Embiid? Embiid's not going to be the MVP favorite anymore because Harden's going to shoot the ball a lot. Like none of these people knew anything about what they were talking about. Like,
and we know what's worse about that take. The worst part about that take is that he already proved that he was better than that in Brooklyn.
Right.
Like
they didn't want
they tried to bring back an old narrative just to say we're going to have a problem. He already proved he could work with superstars in Brooklyn. He proved that. So why would he?
Yeah. Like nobody in the mainstream talks about his facilitating ability. It's actually one of the best I've ever seen. But like it's him and Chris Paul, as far as I'm concerned, in this whole generation of running a half court and just being that guy that can just slow it down, control the whole game, and just like here, no look here, no look here, no look here.
Running with that James Harden is ball dominant narrative ever since he was in the Rockets, and that was
no choice.
That was when it was just him. The minute that he got Westbrook, remember that was their number one concern. Who's going to handle the ball? They both need the ball. They both need the ball. The minute Russell got there,
he averaged a triple double.
Yeah, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
He wants to pass it. He just needs to trust that you can score.
He wanted to pass the ball. He been proved they want to pass the ball. It's an old narrative that they just want to stick on him to bring up.
Yeah, he played with Chris Paul and Westbrook back to back, and both of those guys still got their numbers, and they shared the guard spot.
They shared the guard spot, exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I can tell that Doc has been watching the show too, by the way.
He's got to be, man. They got to be.
Gotta be. Listen, man, at the end of the day, these guys, they just got to take advantage of the opportunities when they come. And, I'm really, really, really proud of Doc for actually being able to keep at least two of those guys on the court at a time. I was worried about him, putting out an all bench lineup, but he has no excuse now. And, guy, like I said about James Harden, the false narrative about him being ultra ball dominant and how are they going to make it work? And I'm like, yo, are y'all do y'all do your research? Like, have y'all watched basketball for the past? Like, what's going on? Like, have y'all not seen this man average double-digit assists before? Have y'all not seen this man change his entire game when he went to Brooklyn? Did y'all not see his shot attempts go from 22, 23 to 16, 15 attempts a game? James Harden wants to take less shots, actually. He actually wants to at this point in his career. You know what I'm saying? He's perfectly – I've never seen somebody play the game with such poise, such pace, such rhythm. Like he's a real hooper. Like he really just takes advantage of angles and speed, and he's so momentous with the way he attacks. Like he doesn't just go. He picks his spots at the most beautiful times, and he's capable of getting you a bucket when you need it. Think about that Cleveland game. Think about that Cleveland game.
I wonder if him and Chris Paul traded. You know how he over here treats Embiid some things. Maybe he learned some of that from Chris, because Chris has always been a great facilitator, one of the best. They call him the point guard. He got to pick up the point guard for 2 seasons, and James, he's kind of a genius. He picks up things quick. You know what I'm saying? So he might have got some of that from Chris. I don't want to credit Chris all the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
James Harden can't stand Chris.
I don't know why.
I thought it ended that way, but I thought they were good at one point.
Yeah, they were good at one point.
What do you think it is about the mainstream media that don't honor James Harden? Like, they don't celebrate James Harden. You know what I mean? There's no celebration of James Harden in the mainstream media. There's no LeBron James type of celebration.
Playoff?
Right now, he's too hood. LeBron James
It's
has
outside the court stuff. Yeah, probably.
Yes, outside this guy's hanging with rappers. He hanging with Meek Mills, Lil Baby. He's in a strip club. He's running around
stew.
with bags of money.
He's still doing what he's doing in court. That's what it is.
Still doing what he's doing in court. Right.
They really mad at they really hate. They really hate that they not
like
him.
LeBron is supposed to win. I know he tries to get away from it every once in a while. Like he tries to curse to get away from it. But let's be honest, LeBron been kind of groomed for the league. Harden, he's gutter, bro. He's straight. Like
that's why I was happy to see AI embrace him. Because it all makes sense.
Right. Exactly. Because the last time we had a player like that was AI.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it goes against their rules. You know what I mean? You have to be a role model. You have to be fundamental.
Yeah.
Everything has to make sense. And then they see something that goes against what? Wait a minute. So he hangs out till 4 a.m. with rappers, and then he comes in the game, and this doesn't make sense. So he has to be. I don't know. We hate him.
Yeah.
We
Did
just
you hear
hate him
that?
because
Did
we don't
you get
get
that from that story? That story about how little baby Meek Mill woke him up at like 12. He had practice the next day, a game that night. He did all of it
in his own house. By the way, he has a recording studio in his house. He said Meek Mill and Lil Baby came to his house, and he's like, "Well, I had to be down in his
shit, man."
He's like, I had to be down in the studio because I had to hear what they were about to say." That's what he said.
So like I ain't gonna lie. I honestly think as fun as these stories are, right? I actually think the whole party boy narrative for Harden is overplayed. Like he is overstated. Like that man is a professional.
You really see him in the off. To me, it seemed like you see him in the off season.
Yeah, it's the off season. Like that's what I see him. I saw him at Fashion Week before with Lil Baby. Like it's the off season. You know what I'm saying? It's like what he gonna do? But he seemed like the type of guy that work hard, play. He seemed like the type of guy that play hard, work harder. He seemed like that's how the type of person he is. And when he in a situation that's not conducive to his success, he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna play harder and I'm gonna work hard. Like, I'm not gonna give him my all. But James Harden just gets an unfair shake, and it doesn't help that he's in Philly. Philly never got a fair shake in mainstream media. Let's keep it real.
And
Philly never gets a fair shake.
But that's what I mean. I think they expect him to do what LeBron James doing right now. Your team is trash. You're 37, and he's still out there busting his ass because he wants to score 30 a game. James Harden would not even be close to doing that right now. He'd be like, this team's trash. I'm out.
I gotta go.
I got $300 million. I'm done. You know what I mean? That's where he's at. I don't know if it's a
I don't think he's gonna play that long.
No, I just think he really he cares if it gives him a chance to win it at all. But I already got my money. I don't need to do this, bro. I'm not.
And why do everybody have to be that person? Everybody don't have to be that Bron person, that superhero. That's what I'm saying. Everybody don't have to.
It's only certain people that's chosen for that.
Just like I don't believe that everybody gotta have the same regiment. If you could do what you got to do, like if he could go to the studio and still perform, why do I give a F about him doing that? Now, if he does that and he can perform and he's trash, then of course. But listen,
that's what I like about him being here because of the Iverson stuff. Because when I was watching Iverson and they'd be like, "Yo, the practice thing and the whatever, you show up late all the time," and he literally say to the media, "I just dropped 30." We're not talking about. You're talking about me coming to practice. I'm dropping 30 in the game.
I think they forget. I really think they forget.
Dennis Rodman, remember? Did y'all see the documentary? What was it called? The Dream Team documentary?
No, The Last Dance. Like that.
Oh, The Last Dance. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my man said. My man told Phil. He told Phil, I need a break.
He took 3 days off on a binger, just strippers and drugs, and just went back to play in the playoffs or something.
It was outrunning everybody in drills.
So, what can I say about that?
I'm not going to shortchange Dennis Rodman, but I don't think they were drug testing back then like they do right now. Because my man was blowing lines pregame easily. There's no way he had 30 rebounds. But no sleep,
bro. They was drinking, bro. Listen. They was leaving the arena. They was leaving the arena drinking Coke 45s, and then
they was tripping, yo.
And then Dennis would hop on the motorcycle after crushing the Coke 45 and just toss that joint in the parking lot. Like, bro, my thing is, man, they act like these NBA players. First of all, when you're a professional athlete, you got more free time than you think. Like they got more like people really think all they do is just hoop. Like, no, like they got so much free time. So if I want to hang out with my rapper homie, well, I got some downtime. I did my runs, I did my workouts, I did everything I need to do. All right, I got some free time. All right, Ayo Meek, what's up? Where we at? Delilah's? All right, say less.
And I have all the money in the world. I can do whatever I want. Yeah.
I'm a grown-ass man.
And the basketball sense, Harden manipulated the game for years. Like who was drawing fouls like that before Harden? Like everybody people changed the game in their own way. He changed the game in his own way. And I don't know if the league liked it or not, but they allowed the shit. So what do you want? Y'all was calling the fouls. Fuck.
I used
He
to say
adjusted.
Y'all want to change it. Yeah.
I've said
He
that-
adjusted.
I've said that a lot. That I used to say that he baits officials, but really, when you watch him, he just baits the defender. He just outsmarts everybody, bro. He waits for you to lean in a little bit, and and Joel Embiid is the same type of player. They bait the
That's
defender.
why it's so funny.
Bro,
Yeah.
to your point, Eastwood, right? There was a moment, and I tweeted this yesterday. Yesterday or the other day. There was a moment where Tristan Thompson was guarding Joel Embiid, right? And Joel Embiid drew the foul. So at that point, Tristan Thompson had 4 fouls, and Billy Donovan, head coach of the Bulls, said, "Hey, yo, Tristan, like, come on, I'm about to switch you up." Tristan was like, "No, I got it. I got him now. I figured it out. I got it.
Figured it out.
So 10 seconds later, we inbound the ball, and B got the rock, and B do something. Tristan Thompson foul. 5th foul. Billy Donovan was like, yo, he was heated, bro. Heated. Like you said, James Harden and Joel Embiid, they found a way to manipulate the game. And there was also another moment where I think it was Tony. No, who's the big man that we got rid of?
Tony Dudley.
No, Bradley.
Tony Bradley.
Yeah, there was a moment where Embiid was pushing it, and Bradley just touched him he just put his hands in slightly, and literally Embiid just went up top of the key, did that jumper, got the and one. I'm like, yo, they really manipulate the game at all. Like it's like their ability to just take advantage of their opponents just doing simple basketball moves and just foul, bro. And that's gonna help you in the playoffs.
They implemented the sweep through rule because of Joel Embiid. They don't call it a shooting foul anymore. His rookie and second season, they used to give him shooting foul all the time because a defender would have his hand on his hip like this, and all he would do is take the ball right under the dude's hand and go up for a shot.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a foul. I mean, I tried to shoot the ball, you hit my wrist. And they were like, I mean, yeah, okay, but we're not going to give you free throws for that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just two really smart
Part of
guys.
the evolution of the game.
Yeah, they changed the game. They changed the game for Trae Young. We talked about it last week. You know, can't keep just stopping on a dime and making guys fall on top of you. That's not thorough. It's not thorough at all.
Yeah, I'm glad they took that rule.
Bad for business.
Chris Paul used to do that all the time too. Like he'd go around the screen and jump back into the defender and like all this type of stuff. Like, bro, you got to be making a natural basketball play. What are you jumping backwards for? So they started calling that an offensive foul. I don't know. There was one last night where they called Harden for an offensive foul, for kicking his leg out, and then you saw the replay and it wasn't. But they're so like the refs are trying to call it on the fly now.
Yeah.
Like
They're trying to like be fair, but they can't even do that.
It's hard to, man.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the hardest jobs in the world in real time, trying to tell if Harden kicked his foot out or if he got hit. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want that job.
I think guys like us need to be refs, though. Not us, but guys in our age range that are like this with the new basketball game. Like they got these refs they are starting to incorporate more younger refs like Gucci Mane and stuff like that. But they need refs that's like in their 30s, the 40s. People that like, I don't know. I just feel like they relate more to today's game. You still got people that was reffing when, you know, Kobe was, you know, a young player or something like that. Yeah, like, come on, man. Get them out of here.
Yeah, they had to learn.
The players evolve. Let the refs evolve too. They barely get up the court no more. They be calling bullshit.
They be missing shit. They be missing hella shit too.
Yeah, man. I don't know they got cataract or what.
Yo, I don't care what game you watching. It's so many travels now. I don't think they even know how many steps niggas is taking.
Travels do need to stop, man.
I was gonna say that they have no idea. Well, I mean, I think that the NBA's tried to clean it up recently, but there was a time where it was just known that there was no traveling in the NBA. Like, because I think the game started to evolve, and the referees were like, I don't fucking know. I have no idea how many steps I don't know. So we're just not calling anything. Like I remember back in the day, Paul Pierce used to take 3 whole steps down the lane. I'm like, what the hell?
Embiid traveled so bad last night. As a fan, I just you say nothing. But I mean, he did this one move. He went to the middle He did a hop step, and then he ended up at the bottom of the court. I'm like, yo, how did he get there, yo? The ball's just like this. I'm like,
I've been
hey,
seeing it a lot,
oh.
and I ain't gonna hold you. NBA is definitely a repeat offender. I see him.
Brian started. Brian was like one of the ones that paved the way.
Yeah,
Brian paved the way for walking.
Funny part is, then they'll call him a travel on like a simple jab step. They'll be like travel. I'm like, really? He just took 4 steps 30 seconds ago.
Yeah. But it's because
The
of what
fast
Dub
break
said.
be
They
travel.
can't see that shit. They can't ever see the travel on a fast break because they can't get up the court fast enough.
It'd be terrible, man. Dude's taking 5 steps together and then dunk with 2 hands. I'm like, come on now. The league is crazy.
Yeah.
I still love it. I still love it.
I was gonna say I like the human error of the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it just adds, all I ask for is just, consistency. Like certain, you know what I mean? Just be consistent. But
And
I love
be honest, a lot of
That's
times
all-
the walks. Go ahead, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick that a lot of times the walks are like on the most entertaining plays of the game too. So it's kind of like letting it be just for the sake of entertainment, and I kind of like that part of it. So that's why I do, like, even when another team does it, I was like, it's all right, man, because it's you're not trying to take advantage of it. You're just trying to get your move off.
Yeah, I was just gonna say kind of the same thing. They're always trying to balance calling the game and have it being an entertaining product. Because realistically, you don't want to see people calling travels all day. Like, this ain't fun to watch. And this really started with Michael Jordan. That was this started with Michael Jordan because he was the first one that really used to manipulate the game, and he was the first one that reached superstardom to a level that hadn't been seen before. The shoes, the jerseys, everything, and that's when the NBA started saying, "Hey, yo, don't call Jordan for no travels, man. Let him fly." They never even saw somebody jump
move off
like
his pivot.
They didn't see. They called him Air Jordan because they never saw somebody jump that high. Like, now, a kid down the street can dunk from the foul line. You know what I mean? That he was like a player now, but in 1985, he was way before his time, and they were just like, "Yo, this is the guy. Stop calling travels." He's allowed to push off in Game 7. One of his most famous plays ever is literally a push off. He pushes the guy in the back and gets him the hell out of the way. So that's when that started, of balancing like entertainment, star calls. That's all Michael Jordan. People know that too.
Yeah. Sounds right. Good point.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to this Nets game, man. And we, as a matter of fact, let me ask you this: out of all the things this team is capable of, right? What is the one aspect of this team that you're worried about come playoff time?
Doc Rivers.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I have to absolutely.
I like what he did last night, but I don't know if he's always going to do it that way.
What about you?
Not worried about defense at all. I think the slow start, like in the playoffs, they ain't gonna cut it.
Got you. For me, you know what it is.
Wait, what did you say, Dub? What was that last part? I'm sorry.
Said the slow starts in the playoffs, that's not going to cut it.
Okay.
Like, I know that we got the talent and the scorers to come back from games, but in the playoffs, it's a whole nother. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well,
it's the rebounding for me, because in the playoffs, right, you can't keep allowing teams to get extra possessions. You don't want to keep doing that. And then on top of that, when it's a key possession for you, you don't want to not get the board. And I was watching that Bulls game, and we're not boxing out. Like, Tobias Harris not boxing out. Like, I'm seeing this. Like, I'm seeing guys just run baseline on us and to get the board. Like, we're not boxing out. And that's the basis of getting the boards. And I'm glad we got DeAndre Jordan, because DeAndre Jordan loves getting boards. So hopefully he's going to spark that back up for us. But I'm concerned about that in the playoffs. I'm going to be concerned about us not getting a key rebound.
Yeah, and this comment kind of has to do with that, because I've noticed this for a while, and I used to just blame it on, and I still blame it on this, the fact that Joel Embiid was carrying the team the whole season, and he used to try to conserve his energy until the second half. Like, the first half of games, he don't even try to block shots. Like, he just stands there.
All offense.
All right, bro. Yeah. and I just finally said it out loud, like in that Bulls game. I'm like, all right, come on, man. Like, damn. He's just doing layups.
I'm with you.
Just standing there. But that's what he does, because he's trying to conserve his energy, because when he gets tired, you can tell he's tired. You know
all day.
Yeah, and those and like Melanated Frequency Channel said, like, the foul count. Like, he trying to make sure there were moments where Joel Embiid might have 4 or 5 fouls in the final 4 minutes. I'm like, damn, like, come on, man. Like, but I understand it, and we all know. But see, the thing is, though, we all know when he's capable of defending anybody coming in that paint. So it's not like he can't do it. And he's trying to be calculated with it. So I'm not mad at it. But I definitely want us to really.
Question.
I really want us to really clean up the boards, man. We got to get better on the boards.
Yeah, and the backup center position was bad. I mean, DeAndre Jordan last night came in for 10 minutes. I think had 5 rebounds. I mean, that's all you really need him to do: play defense, get rebounds. He's a 7-footer that can jump high. That's really all you need over at least better than 6'8" Paul Millsap or whoever else. How are we going to stop Durant and Irving tomorrow? It's not tomorrow, but Thursday night.
How are Durant and Irving going to stop Harden and Embiid?
Exactly. Exactly.
The cancellation. They cancel each other out.
Exactly.
It's a great take on it because the Nets don't have it. The Nets can't play any defense. They've been the worst defensive team in the league for like 2 years straight or something, or close to the bottom. I agree, man. Kyrie and Durant are going to get theirs, but James Harden and Joel Embiid are going to get theirs.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's gonna come down to those key things like whose shot's gonna be on, who's gonna be on first, who's gonna be hot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But there is no stopping Kevin Durant.
Yeah, like there's no stopping them.
There's no stopping them. And who's like there's literally nobody. Well, now they got Drummond, who's only stands the height of Embiid.
Embiid will foul him out in 3 quarters. I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, they have nobody to stop Embiid, and they don't. We already know if Durant and Irving are not defensive guys, and Ben is not playing yet. So
yeah, I forgot about Drummond. Drummond, but the last time, he used to foul him out of games when he played for the Pistons in like 3 quarters because Drummond can't play. Drummond's a big body, but he's not smart enough to play defense on Embiid. He'll foul him 4 times in 10 minutes.
He said he owned his
footwork is terrible. His footwork is terrible. Drummond's footwork is terrible. And like I said, who gonna stop James Harden and Embiid? And then you got Maxey right there. Like who? My thing is right. They talk heavy about these Nets, but who y'all got? Who y'all got that's really reliable outside of Kyrie and Maxey gonna cook Curry tomorrow.
I know he used to cook him in practice.
He gonna give him hell.
Real quick, guys. That's the funny thing about the Nets too. Like people, for some reason, especially the media, they want to keep ignoring. Like they love to talk about our deficiencies, but they ignore the Nets all the time. Like
they never talk about the Nets deficiencies. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're like, okay. They finally going to be great because they got KD back. But let's talk about how his supporting cast could not string together a single goddamn win. That's the problem. Like they should still be able to string together a win. They couldn't.
They won the night,
and then they got him back, and then they lost the game that he came back. So those are problems to me. Like his supporting cast for one. Like Kevin Durant to me probably is the best player in the league, hands down. Like. Just bottom line, but you still need a team, bro. And I think like all those guys over there, they're kind of like falling off. What was that one guy named
Bruce Brown?
Bryce Brown. He's falling off.
Hustle man.
Bruce Brown. Yeah.
I thought he was a dog at first, bro. I thought we had a problem with that guy, but he
is a dog.
Like, I mean, he is a dog, but I'm saying I thought he was like some real talent, but he's
like a
dude.
He's like a hype Marcus Smart.
Exactly. There you go. That's perfect. I think that's a perfect analogy. Like, who do they have outside of those 2 players? Like, who do they have that's like key guys?
Bro, I'm not worried about. Listen, bro, I'm not worried about Patty Mills, bro. He can't even create his own 3-point shot. Like
Marcus Aldridge,
bro.
I like Patty Mills a little bit.
The Blake Griffin,
and it's a shame that I hate to see it, but our guy Curry, man, I think he hurt, bro. He hasn't been the same since he went over there, bro. He wish he was here, man. For bad that we lost.
Piper.
We had to lose Curry.
Huh? Hey, Piper, you need to stop it. In the comments.
Piper's wilding, bro. He's always here in the stream. Just he's the only Ben Simmons defender left on the planet. You got to be a Nets fan. Piper, you a Nets fan?
I mean, I hope he comes back.
Top 4 defender on their team. Oh my god.
Listen. Let's not forget, Kyrie Irving don't play defense either. So Let's
He
not act
tried,
like
but it ain't good.
Kyrie Irving began chopped too. Like people forget, like he's so good on offense. People forget how trash he is on defense. Like Kyrie Irving get cooked on defense a lot.
Tatum was cooking the shit out of him the other night. Actually, you right.
Like
but
bro,
that is Jason Tatum. But
Steph Curry get cooked on defense. LaMarcus Aldridge get cooked on defense, bro. Like they don't have no defenders for real.
No,
Like they don't have no defenders, bro. Like Tyrese Maxey it's gonna be cookies all day.
who's gonna stop
Piper
Joel
is
Embiid? I mean,
Ben Simmons.
even
It
just
probably
Joel
is.
Embiid.
Burn that count. He said
Even
Piper
just
is.
Joel Embiid, man. Who's gonna stop him?
Bro.
We're gonna have to
soul.
double, triple team him in the paint.
They're gonna
I mean,
try
they
to
got-
put listen. They're gonna
Blake
put Drummond
Griffin's-
on them.
Blake
Drummond's
Griffin's
gonna find out.
Blake Griffin's
Somebody
like
said
40.
Piper is Ben Simmons.
Marcus Aldridge got a
Just burn
pacemaker.
that count. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
right. He got a pacemaker. Like he can't even he on a minute restriction. Like and no disrespect. Like it's like I know people that got a pacemaker. Like and that's sad.
No, I don't think he really has a pacemaker. I just said that. I don't think he really has a pacemaker.
Who?
LaMarcus Aldridge.
No,
No, he retired.
That's not.
No, it's messed up. Actually, I said that on a video one time. And, I got a lot of hate for it. A lot of laughs, but a lot of hate for it.
Yeah, let's leave.
No, he retired because of something with his heart. And that's
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know
I
that.
shouldn't joke about
I
that,
didn't
but
know
I'm
that.
just saying
No,
he's
you
old.
know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why he retired.
Yeah, then he came back. But like my thing is, look, LaMarcus Aldridge, he get winded fast now. Like, and look, who
He's been in the game for a long time, man.
bro? Who
So
gonna
I ain't-
defend,
yeah.
bro? Like you said, man, they ain't got nobody to defend Harden for real. They ain't got nobody. Who you gonna put KD on Joel? Joel gonna knock that house of cards down. Like, stop playing, man. Like, bro, it's gonna be. I think they overestimate what Andre Drummond can do. I think they overestimate. Andre Drummond gonna get cooked by Jones.
Yeah, they overestimate him, and they Seth Curry came out that first game and dropped 26, and they were like, "Oh my God, we won the trade. We got Steph's brother, and he's just as good as Steph." For some reason, we didn't know that until right now. Like, no, he's not.
I was on a
Seth
bandwagon for like 2
They
weeks.
were wild for that. They were really wild for that.
The truth came out.
Yeah.
It always
Steph
does. Man.
haven't looked that good since that game. He hasn't looked that good since.
Everybody wants a sweet story, If a guy played for 6 different teams and was coming off the bench for the Mavs, like there's probably a reason for it. Like he got put into a position in Philly and scored 20 in the playoffs because Embiid was drawing all the attention. He was getting wide open threes,
and Simmons wouldn't shoot.
And Simmons wouldn't shoot, but
yeah,
it's still just
he had to.
Look, let's be real. Like, all right, so they start lineup is Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, Bruce Brown, Kevin Durant, Andre Drummond. They benches Goran Dragic, Patty Mills, Cam Thomas, James Johnson, LaMarcus Aldridge, who's out right now. It's like, bro, this team. I'm telling you, man. Like, Kyrie Irving, bro, we could beat them. Like KD gonna do him. KD gonna get his. Listen, I'm throwing Matisse Thybulle. Anybody with the ball.
Who did they just win against? Your guy said, Dub, you said they just
Hornets.
won.
They beat Charlotte, bro.
Charlotte, bro, they lost. Come on.
No, I wasn't saying.
Lost.
I wasn't trying to exalt them or nothing like that. I was just saying Kyrie had a 50 piece.
Until they beat an actual team above 500, they're still on a losing streak. So to me, they're still on a losing streak.
He might give us a 50 piece.
Kyrie had 50 on 19 shots.
Damn.
Exactly.
He was 9 for 12 from 3. 9 for 12? He only missed 3 threes the whole game. He was 9 for 12.
He was on some other shit. I don't know what they did to him.
Yo,
like Sunday made him mad.
He went to the free throw line, son?
He had 13 free throws.
Okay, yeah, there we go. That's where it's at.
Patty Mills had 12 off the bench.
It is still the Hornets.
He was cooking Scary Terry.
Yeah.
I remember when he got the nickname, yo. That shit was crazy.
You mean the nickname he forced on himself? Did he make that his nickname? Or did they give
No,
him?
They beat the Bucks that year.
Yeah, that was when they went to the East Conference Finals, right?
Yeah, cooked the Bucks.
Yeah,
the Hornets.
That was when Giannis couldn't get it together.
Say it again.
The Hornets starting center is Mason Plumlee.
He's still in the league.
This guy had 5 rebounds.
Dang.
I mean, like that's your only job. You're a big dude that can't do anything else. You had 5 rebounds.
Listen. Here are the standings right now. You got Miami and the #1 seed, Philly the number 2 seed, Milwaukee the number 3, Chicago number 4, Boston number 5, Cleveland number 6, and then Toronto, Brooklyn, Charlotte, and Atlanta are all in the play-in 7 through 10. So my thing is right. Like I understand Brooklyn beat the Hornets tonight, but if they end up having a play-in at home by happenstance, and Kyrie can't play, they can get knocked out. Let's not get it twisted. If they get caught on the wrong night, let's not trip.
Yeah, here you go, superhero. They gave up 121 to Charlotte. We'll score 145 on them. They gave up 121 to Charlotte. We'll score 145.
I didn't even think about that. He's right. That's a house. Yeah, man. Come on. Yeah, you should never let the Hornets put up 21. What did LaMelo get? Melo probably went off for 40.
No, Melo had 24, 9 for 22. Miles Bridges had 30. Terry Rozier had 30.
Damn.
Yo, they let Scary Terry put 30 up? See,
He get buckets. Somebody had to do it.
Come on. When the last time Terry had a 30-point game?
Probably
listen, Terry be balling, yo. Don't do that. Like Terry Rozier he be hooping, bro.
He always killed us, man. When he was a backup point guard in Boston, man, he was.
I haven't heard his name.
God.
He used to give us gas.
He used to give us everything. Yeah, I agree.
I hated him.
That's when Boston had our number. That was Boston in general had our number when he was on there.
Boston had our number for a while, and then I don't know, something changed within the past couple of years or so.
Okay, so Terry is scoring 19 points a game, I think. It looks like.
And then Boston was weak at the beginning of this season, and now they look,
because they started playing defense.
Yep, they started playing defense,
figuring them things out.
Let me ask y'all this though, because I had a poll up, right? And I asked people, who would y'all rather see in the first round of the playoffs? The options I gave were the Celtics, the Cavaliers, the Raptors, the Nets, or the Hornets. So who would y'all rather see in the first round of the playoffs out of all those teams?
The Raptors, the Nets, or the Hornets?
Basically, seeds 5 through 9. Like, who would y'all rather see? Boston, Cleveland, Toronto, Brooklyn, or Charlotte?
I'd rather see Cleveland, I think.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I think they got their number.
I think they're as good as they are right now because they got the highest rated. They have the highest defensive rating in the Eastern Conference right now, and they play good perimeter defense and stuff. But when it comes to two guys like Embiid and Harden, like you saw the other night, we didn't even play a good game really, and we didn't really have much of a problem with Cleveland. Like I think it's against two like superstars. It's still just the Cleveland Cavaliers to me.
Same. And then on top of that, Darius Garland had 19 assists. You're not gonna get that every night. So,
he's nice, man. He's nice.
He's nice, man. He came a long way.
But Maxey was giving it to him though.
Yeah, but Garland was giving it to fucking Harris.
I didn't know he had 19 assists. Wow.
Yeah, he had 19. It was just crazy. I didn't know that until after the game was over. I'm like, damn, it was a quiet 19 assists. I didn't even see it.
Where did Shirt do that?
The question was, who would we rather see?
Who would you rather see?
Bro, I don't know because I'm not scared of none of these guys. I mean, they're all the same.
I mean, we don't gotta be scared.
For entertainment purposes, I'm gonna say Brooklyn too because I just want that to happen so bad, especially versus 8.
If you're talking about entertainment, I would say Brooklyn. But if you're talking about like so we could just have an easy first round, the Hornets, I guess, because
I don't want to see Brooklyn in the first round though. I ain't gonna lie.
I want to put a fork in them, but I'd rather see Cavaliers though. Honestly, it's competitive enough, but it's easy enough.
As entertainment, yeah, that's true.
More so like a tune-up. Like Cavaliers, like a perfect tune-up round. Like they competitive, they're gonna play hard, but you know you're gonna win.
I just want Ben to have to come to Philly like 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want Ben Simmons actually to come. Yo, that's what I want. Yeah, that's a good point. I would love to have Ben Simmons come here 3 times in a row.
Has to. No choice.
And I don't know if we're going to even get to see these fellas. Like, unless it is the first round, we might not see those guys. I think whoever they play first is probably going to knock them out.
That might be part of Ben's strategy right now, actually. Let me sit out so this team misses the playoffs. Then I don't have to go to Philly.
They don't have to do any of this. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. All I know is that dude, he is who he is, and we got rid of a lemon and brought in a Bentley. You dig? So like, I'm not even tripping. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be a hell of a playoffs because like I really want to see James Harden and Joel Embiid really have to execute at the highest level. When the stakes are at its highest. I really want to see how this team performs. I want to see Tyrese Maxey when the lights are brightest because Maxey ain't scared at all.
No.
So I'm really looking forward to how this thing plays out.
Yeah, them dudes that cheese all the time, they ain't never scared, man. All that nigga do is smile. He ain't scared.
Right, Maxey was one of them yumbos on the court that he next to everybody. Like, hey, bro, I got next. Like, you got next?
Yeah.
Bro, he smiled
What
all
do you call
day.
it? Bright eye and bushy tail? Like, he's like,
Yeah, bright eye and bushy tail. Like, this.
It's a real, like, rascal ready to go. Like,
A real rascal. I
All
like
day.
that. That's funny. Man.
Probably never slowed down either. He probably played from morning till night.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys, man. Hey, this has been the 4-point play, man. Thank you guys for coming through as always. Thanks for everyone in the chat, man. Hit the like button on your way out. Follow these guys. All the links are in the description. And we'll be back next week, man. Appreciate you guys.
Hello. Thank y'all.
Listen, you already know. Appreciate y'all, man. Let's go.